다 지리디 야고제 냐서렌 후다바다 제야 있느니 지리 주지디 냐네 야고제요나 오모르르 타소 모두 돌로디 가서마지 쉬쉬마.
So if you have done a proper practice of the developing stages or the Kirim, those 11 yogas, and then how one actualizes the muduk or the powerful attainments accordance with one's mental intelligence that I explained earlier.
오모르르 르디 가주은로 드스요. 오모르이나니 세주마차지 냐바지도 되죠그냐네 코렌로요. 니이네 랑갈레 도무드바체네 쳔델렌로요. 디레.
So the best kind of intelligence or the background of the matters for them that with retreat and proper practice and that not missing any of the thought offering on 10th and 25th, that they lead to the, or they go to the Kajalens, and the middling ones that through the accomplishment of the Langali trunk with Sindhu, they go to Kajalens.
타마바 타마바도 바우 칸르 소스 오모 타마이나 안 바도 샤용선 바우 칸르 소아제니야 체용스.
Whereas the least ones that they will be received in the Badu state by the Dagas and Dagini and will be led to the Kajaland.
치뉴르 다게 람지 깨지 포스다 난주 주제 람수니 오모르니 강이나에 다게 람지 메마냐레 제요는 다가 람세 포아레 포아냐레 제요니 시가라 포아 때문에 아니 축지다 가지 시간 리그레스 깨지지 푼도 그래죠.
So also it says that Dake Lam, which meant the four practice. Dake Lam is path of the Daka, that through this path of the or transference of consciousness, one will attain the state of the Kajaland at the time of death.
양타지와 주능으로 토스 양베 타메 양게 타마베 도슈디 이나니 지와 카시 카실레는 거로 그래서
It says Yangta, which means least amongst the least, even them that within a few lives will attain the Kajaland.
어다 되게 오모르이나 되네베 내공삼 마체바체네 냐발레runche 냐네 조제 조데 냐네 리바체 디 이나니 신돌레 동갈 두발레네 베 가ጆ인로 타마이네 바돌레 보 칸르스 치뇨이네 포야 오종 시가르 포야 때문에 바두 추나 메바체네 가지 시간으로.
So now, as explained earlier, that those who does a proper practice and are not missing this daily sadhana and also not missing the thought offering and so on, as such a candidate with the required merits background will attain the state of the Kajaland in this life if one were the best kind of intelligence, and for the middling kind that through the accomplishment of the Drupa or practices, and and even the least ones will attain the state of the Kajaland at the Bharto or in between state, or the Chinyu, speediest at the time of death through the poor practice or the practice of transference of consciousness.
양타지와 주능으로 토스 도슈 이네 지와 카시 소는 거로 그래서.
So Yangta, or the least amongst the least, or the worst, for them too, after the change of few lives, that one will attain the cultural land.
다음에 대래 조바불라 천년 거를 청고에서는 자주 심지고를 지지.
Now, what are the required qualifications for such a Drubapo or the practitioner? The first one, presence of the bodhicitta mind.
자주 쓰는 마지다 태송된 바니에다는 가지도 미줘봐 대바 매제 루빈주를 세면로케미 가자시자요.
So there are four kinds of candidates mentioned here.
자주 쓰지 마셈바다지.
So those who do not accomplish that state. First, one who does not have the bodhicitta.
람드냐네 제로텔 제리네 주주지라 벨로타 쳐버지 비셔 지니 태송 쳐봐 마제바제 자 냐네 제바가 아이 마이게 태송 요바된 누구 말이.
And second ones who do not go are those who haven't studied the all 11 yogas, they're free from question or the doubt-free, or one who is still doubtful about the 11 practices, 11 yoga. Or one who does not obey or one who does not honor the samaya or the commitments.
대바 매년 루빈제 대바 매바데 조지 할라 대바 니서 라마라 대바 매 안에 다가나시 당화라 대바 매와 송들이 라 라마 다 루타기 배 당화 다체 배데 송자를 대바 고래.
And fourth kind, one who does not have a faith or the tapa or the positive interest in faith in the guru, in the meditation deity, or in the Dhamma, or the instructions of this practice. Now we need to take the bodhicitta as our principle of Fagal meditation. So whatever teachings you receive during the teaching, that you should try to have them fresh in your mind, and those which are still you have questioned should refer back in the notes you have taken, so you should be very clear about your practice.
아니 당세 동바 가샤나리 술레이네 용거레디 에 샤중지 다주다레 자동 중수는 다주레는 자동 술이 쳐버지.
So an infraction of the samaya and commitments or the pledges, that of course those things does happen with anybody, but not live with them, but instead to a proper remedy and to the sub-initiation and so on.
Oh yeah. 아니 라달라마다 당할 대화야고지.
And also have a strong faith in the guru, meditational deity, and the Dhamma or the instructions.
그렇다. 너무 이시시 송야라 대배 실면도 봐. 실어지 팀에 손봐. 딩에서 지지 봐. 현도 성원나 소송요. 대배 실면도 봐서 대화 지지도 전에 가자 뭐 가서 시에 마 대화 너무 용해지 보고요. 지시.
So first, the accordance with Lobin Yishishap, he said that irreversible faith, that's the first quality.
실어지 팀에 손봐서 실어야고지. 나가서 하고지. 태송사 먹어지. 개버지고.
So with one's intelligence or the wisdom, the one need not doubt or have no questions about the practice. And a single-pointed concentration or the samadhi. And one who has ability to maintain a tough confidentiality or the secrecy of the practice. Amongst them, the most important is the top secrecy of one's practice. And faith is the important. even if one may not be too bright or intelligent, but if one has a strong faith, it will work.
Goya deba me mungu shiro yu nge yore kashe deba me shiro yu be kuije da je yere mere sebe shiro gibe da je ru shibu jebe kuije ga chen ngodu ru ya yo mare.
That instead of having the required faith, but some too seem to have a little intelligence and trying to be very investigative as if being clever. That instead of then for such a person, then one does not find any powerful attainment.
Chonu deba shiro ninja gu ro wa
It
keba shiro jin la ne tela ju ngodu ni song yo.
It best we need both the strong faith with the help of the strong brightness or the intelligence. For such a learned person,
Keba shiro jin la ne tela ju ngodu ni yang na lo mu deba te keba shiro jin ngodu ni bu yo re te ma ju na lo mu yin ne deba te mu go re.
so a bright student with a strong faith, for such a candidate, the powerful attainment is close. Or otherwise, a student may not be too bright, but a strong faith is also can have the powerful attainment.
To ji je do ge na yang zhu ba me jo ro deba me ba je shiro yu ke pe da ji ji ge de ge de zan zhu ya me so re.
Whereas it says the investigative or debative mind, a person without a faith, for such a candidate, the powerful attainment will never be accomplished or attained.
Ta da ma xian de sang wa xia de sang lu de ne me是sang wo re.
Now, the tough confidentiality or the secrecy, that one has to protect the secrecy from or against the unsuitable person.
Je dang ne sang a ge ko be je zo ge na ja de so o ma to ba la sang go re on to ne de ba me khen yin sang go re on to de ba yu khen le she chu yo re.
So, generally speaking, all the Tantric practices one has to maintain secrecy towards anybody who does not have the initiation, or that one could have the initiation but no longer have the faith. To them, one is never supposed to disclose the secrecy of the Tantra.
年纪就慢慢下的，体用这个别像那的慢吧，体熟了，那慢慢个见呢，体把那些全是体身体解决了的，身体个热的啦，呢，见了头那样上过些的，我学校有那上没，切着以那些没年不的，别过的身体生的。
So now the rest the teachings you receive in such settings where you receive the oral transmissions of the Guru, which are named after his Ningyu, they passed on from ear to ear. There are such teachings which you don't find in taking as note in the regular texts, which you take notes, and those you have to keep the secrets just to yourself, and you're not supposed to talk about it even to your friends or the closest ones.
Lama yele on shu, lama mele on shu, se je she choya chiya mare.
So,
Sidang ni on de mone jani jeni joba dan si zang wa ji gu gu yo re.
so you can't talk about that. I had this initiation from this and that and this and that, and just go close that and talk about the old secrets with everybody. That's not wise at all.
反正这就是样子去过那了，看就没on shu men so, on na ro na su de, din jo on to so e song re. To yo sun su zan shu bas. Ru ji koran zan shu ja yin de re, ngal shu ya ni de re. Teme da ya me la ma do jang pong ka yin pa san ju me de bang kan ka sa sa gu zo sa re. Yo zhe li ru chi zan shu yin kong cha shu nang re. Teme shen da la ma so le shu na de cha shu gu ma re.
for instance, just initiation itself also, for instance, if you had requested His Holiness Chidang Dorjichang for the blessings of the Vajrayogini, he would ask, did you have the initiation of Chakra? Then if your answer is yes, from whom? He will inquire. Like it has to be either from himself or from me, or that of course if from His Holiness Pamunka, or that His Holiness Lingam Rinpoche. Otherwise that does not qualify for him to having received the Chakra initiation.
So say nyalen jiya ge chende chinde de odua mare chimare sama maje ge bage ta susube jidu resa ge chue de oderwa ta de chabi chibi jenbe babe to che ru ji yong gong yong zhe sha na changme tena lu je san yan me wa su jan peng ma ro chi to che na zangma de che ge do shimi ge to je zangma sa ge do.
So now this is your practice, right? That not only you have chosen for the practice of each days of this life, but practice you have chosen for until this attainment of enlightenment. And would you like it the mixed like the dog food, or something like the food you feed to the pig? No, I think nobody would like it, right? Even the cat and dog, they enjoy clean food in their own bowl, plate. So that's we should never mix all the food or all the teachings together, because that this is the one for which you have to go for the excellency, the purity, that because this is one you have chosen unto the enlightenment.
Lama chigi zala chu yandu shuken ina lama la tabsi si mege teba malo kenshi ina pasu she chogre.
So even if you have obtained the teaching from one Lama, say that if that disciple share the pure samaya with that guru, from whom the teaching is of relationship, if he hasn't spoiled or soiled the relationship with that guru, then you can share the secrets.
Dama kangalo lama chigo ke she thugiyo mare.
Because all the transmissions can't be transmitted by the Lama himself alone.
Pena gelong ru sa de gelong la dama jebe ko dama chuji yore. Chuji de ma she sa ne zogu mare. Gelong ge chin ja ma za sun sha mang she go. De de yin za de da no ko she la la be ji chilong chilong za shi jebe se ji. Ye da ne kemo do lo be da kemo ji wa do lo be ji wa da. Fever ma da tam ri wa da. Bönde da ge ja chir to ma jo ro so ne. Da dari she ya ne ra rin ji yin so yo. Da ye mo so ne kemo la jul wa su kemo lo za ga ni shu. De ma jo de ne kemo ji za nan nyang du chen ge su le pa su she ri ji. Fever ma wa se che ru no sa tam se zang ma su gi ne pa she tam ri. O de le ru che na ya wu yong re so re. Bena rang ge lama za la on she ne da ka shen ji nyang du shu lo ban che.
So
나는 조말레도 라만 대발로 시골지 niemeche. 근데 징에들 담양 쓰기오리. 대다 라니 냐도되나 라마치고 인자 라만 다시 쇼되게 대다. 추위 지기 춘냐도 통네 되서 집어 맨에 춘냐도 통 라랑고도 누야 요 말이. 라마 다시 냠바들 냠지포 샤데 되래. 다 되게 로저도 내 별로도 봐도 개체 로저 셰주 어디 다 개체 먹고 셴 추스케면도 그래 제가 상마치고 지게 니 손에 알리티 삼냥 건징으로 와 라메라마잘 담고 오는 명아 수수 안주마대로 지게 되다 담냥 쓰게
So now we have to identify what we meant by one who has a spoiled relationship with one's guru, or the one who has the impaired relationship with one's guru. Let's say impaired relationship with one's guru. For instance, a person who has obtained a teaching or initiation from the same guru, and but later that who has given up on the Lama and who curses the Lama and given up on the teaching or practice, and or has lost his faith in the Lama and curse of or holds him in contempt and so on, as such a person is supposed to have an impaired relationship with one's guru. So with such a person, even though had been a friend earlier, that one is not even supposed to share the same spring or the same artesian where one could share the water together. That if one has even taken the water from the same artesian, that one's chances for the realization weakens.
Sasusu lama menani, koranga lama yamba inana telaya telo richena koranda mnya redi susu la jonji mare. Ranga lama memba izato atagri.
So if the person for whom he holds in contempt is not your master, if that is not your personal master, then may be all right, because you do not have a dharmic relationship with a person he does not like.
다 그런 거는 그런 단양이자 배나 신의 대수 로디요나 알리다무 추슈가제 조마양베 지대로의 제대는 담시 양송어래 담시 양송어에는 그런 도바지는 거로 니가 말해 제대로 준비 조자 냐고 조바던 라소 신의 대수 로베 님이 배유 님이 마데메 님이 제유다 신의 대라는 거대요. 어디에 이제 그런 거라들이 되는 연원이 안 라마 디자르는데 샤바 표거리.
For him to be in that situation. As you know, that the disadvantages of having an impaired relationship with one's guru devotion, that it is said that how hard one tries with one's practices, that instead of making oneself closer to the powerful attainment, it makes one almost equal to trying to actualize the hell. And there are disadvantages of the having or impairing one's relationship with the guru, or reversing maybe stronger.
Lama koranko dole cha kasang shaba phu gumaman sorona shisho. Shisho ne range dani telo meje sambachi gugu yore. Tene chigina lama tensulo nyebade pa daya da labu yore.
So if one is under such a condition, then the remedy is to go to that Lama and confess, be honest, and tell about it. And one should make be very clear in oneself that I will no longer hold the Guru in contempt and so on, and restore the faith in him. That resolution has to be made by himself. So one has to only, it is easy to get, but also it is easy to clean up.
Lama gumazo cha sonani shaba phusa yomarwa temeza lama namzad butinda arada utranda namzada teya sham te gudulu chop chaase tene yija da dongsha jisha de chaase joga jigina ani lama tensu lobi niba da ausbe da sabu yongso ya yore.
So if the Lama have passed or no longer lives, then it is said that try to get any of his belongings, like clothes and so on, or something which he used, and try to make the sock offering and purifications and Vajrasattva recitation, making prostrations and all those in front or before that. And it is said that one could, it will be a lot easier in done on that manner, a lot easier to purify that kind of the heavy negativity.
Derecheta, jirim nenju juji se pami jirim goya de. Kajo shekhan ruya ge kajo rube jula pami jirim terangbe jenta jelebe chebru pama chodu jurwa chinire.
So now the the best way, they are yoga on the 11 yogas of the Varahi or the Vajrayogini or Pamo. That is one of the primary, the way to actualize the culture land.
Then never chever go to Handeche, Yendeji or down, Yende de Chewari, Yende de Zorin Trujek Cheshire.
So,
Trujek Drume or one, Zorin Trujek Cheshire.
so now during our recitations, the verbal recitation and mental recitation, we should try to do the both. That mental recitation is one of the parts of the Zorim, or the completing stages with the elaboration, named after Turje, or with elaboration, Zorim Turje.
That's your Zorin Trujek Ramasadi. That's some huge pathos. Shajun Zorini Yori, Yuba, Shajun Zori Yokendi, Dinjo Luigi, the Chick Yorin, Hakachik, Delani Yor, Jamal Yomari, Chazande, Cherin Chuchi, Nane Chirin, Cherin Zorin Sunriki, Nane Rendu Yori.
So, Shajun Zorim, that is the incidental completing stage practice, which is incorporated within the 11 yogas here in this practice. That you will find two of them in this practice, and one you will find only one in the Hirugabadi Mandala, and these are the very exclusive of the Hirugabadi Mandala and this one, and thus it makes it the combination of the both, combined practice of both developing and completing stages.
Division the middle, whichever the Pabachi, Yinso, Josena Z and the share to Suchen, Peshana Yoring, Eddie Jogi, Madame Salo, Guadia, and General Solon Godon Sakuzuru, the Togesh and Sheva Mare.
So now, this makes it very profound. This practice very complete and profound, and it is said that having chance to do this practice together makes it very profound and effective. And I'm not trying to tell it, and believe me, it is not my fabrication. I'm just making those verses in a prose so that you get the message across, that what is said in the text.
So with this very honest hope that if I give the explanation about the profundity of this practice, and if I could communicate that into your ear, then I hope that you will hold this practice with much high esteem. I pass these messages. Otherwise, I do not need to advocate for the Vajrayogini, or neither do I have any prejudice for her. I do not need to act patriotic for her, since we do not come from the same place, neither we are siblings. Or I do not have anything to say beside what is said in the text. 당원에는 가지고 로야가 탑들라 라리아 배 존나네 배 레론도 대지 너무 야루다 때문에 양주 뭐 레저르지가 레론도 제시 다위 다기잖아 뭐 진로나 양코 젠다면도 제발 봐보지 그래.
So now I told you earlier that if you could say the 100,000 mantra, that will be adequate to count for lerung or the retreat or make you suitable for the actions. But it is said that during the golden age, 100,000, but during the age of strife and strife age of strifes, that should be multiplicable by 4. So that's 400,000. And it is said, that multiplicable by 4. So at this age of the full of strife, that to make it more effective for us to actualize the kajya, that we should try to say 400,000. And if you have said 100,000, you can do self-initiations and so on. Then they build up on it that about 100,000 at a time and try to make it 400,000 times. But for the best kind, if you could do it 400,000 in one set of the retreat, that would be real helpful and will work well.
아니 야구망은 제주도 초도 마샤바체 뒤전에 초도도 도만도 좀바 야구체나 배실이 친들라 신도 lon가래 누가 맞은 대가랑 대샤나 다 수나 쳐제이나 가지 시간에 치두리.
And after having done those required retreat, number of the mantra and retreat, then that try not to miss the top offerings on the 10th and 25th, and be very industrious in the making of the Dharma offering and so on, and also scrupulous. Then if you wait, that if you are best kind of candidate, there's a great one will or great possibility that we will be led to the Kajya land in this life if we are the best kind of disciple.
Yana melam na la yungure. Yang ngo so long de na be me de tin de la yungure. Melam na la ina la ge la gure. La yang na jo ma yin go ma de. La xian da de de ge be la na ba chen ge du shu ni de sa chen ni de ji go jo na jo ma je ge da sia de long de de yung yo de.
So having done this, that there could, after a while, or when the time comes, that you could even get the prediction that maybe some lady will speak to you about your future, or in your dream, that a deity in your dream most likely a deity will speak to you, that it not necessarily has to be the yogini, Vajrayogini, that they will give you a prediction that on such name, place, and so on such time, that you will be taken care, or you will receive a prediction of what will happen after.
Yang long de za na ma yong je. Top de ka le be su ji sun je ge be be me je wa yang za to yo re. Yin ji mi ji ko le yong ge da sa da de yong me ge ba yo ma re.
Or it could be adventitious that you may not receive any earlier sign or the prediction that adventitiously a lady who is going to take care of you appear right in front.
다 패치 다저의 제시는 범에 소인의 주변 범에 임바데 샤근도데 범에 점을 말이요. 도스.
So if you are observant, or if you can read the right signs, then you would find that emanation lady, that her color of face will be redder. They will have the color will be slightly red. And also hair-wise, little red hair. So So slightly orange, more like orange. And
알아도
also,
요거 요리다. 알아서 스르스 뱀에 알아야부터니 야다입니다.
so
알아마세 비마마세
eyebrows, orange eyebrows, and also have a little trace of the mustache. So it looks like if anybody has a hair on a puff on the upper lip, it looks like a good line, good sign.
트레와다 동게 동리야 신도레 코술 코고 말이 코고 말이 동게 신도레 코술 여바 좋나 베 신도레 베살라 마세 코술지 여바 준도나 신도레 가치게 재물로지 용도 구술로지 여바 노나 태송산 제거 말이.
So, or if you see the sign of the sindur, the blissful or like more like a swastika or the blissful, either on the forehead or on the cheek, then just it does not have to be too conspicuous or clear. That just vaguely, if you can see the traces of those, then one do not need to doubt. Make 3 counterclockwise or circumambulate counterclockwise 3 times. If there's no time for 3, then mentally make it 3. The first line it says, that you are the mother and I'm your son, and until the attainment of enlightenment. So it says, you are my mother and I'm your son, and until I attain the state of enlightenment, with your breaths of enlightenment, they feed me or nurse me. So with this verse, then you request.
Then Jesus doji na jube da da sin da je da ba khai de ban je ngo ro ma le ba za de sus de mu ga na le yue sun de tie lo chore.
So, and also that which comes to the end of the dorbu or the offering of dharma, that you fold your hand and say, O Venerable Vajrayogini, that please take care of me and lead myself and all sentient beings to the land of Kacha, that you can make that request, which is in the sadhana. And grant us all the powerful attainments. And if one makes such a request, heartfelt, sincerely from the depths of heart, the most... So, with the holding the hand will lead right on that spot. One need not think that going to Kacha land meant something like going through a long space journey. It is nothing like that. So I will lead you and hold with hand. One step you make, the next step. Now one step you make, then you are right in the Kacha land.
Kacha shinga sona lo gengo lo jeju nebe lo churu gule na lu njalu shari shadon ruba meke zuchu yoke nakale pirinduke sanje kacha mage chu sungre kolo dinjo ge chu sungre pawo ta kharu tsuge rochi nyandyu le chiru be chejeng ruba yore sanje kunde jawi na sanje jiden khanje sanje chogu tu kawa yoyo le phan tsugur chule un tugure odire is a ripji sanje nure.
So once in Kaja land, the one's body even could be of the dilapidated and looking age of 80 transforms back into about a youthful of 16, and the teachings one could enjoy directly from like the great Vajrayogini and the Heruka and so on, and the fellow practitioners are all the Dargas and the Gini, and if one chooses to receive teachings from the other Buddhas, then one could easily go to other Pure Lands and receive the teachings and so on. Thus, the enlightenment is real close.
There are Nashi to Nagama Churundo, Legitator Mase Mayume, Moso Resinto, Tiber Shosia, Tondatiri. Tendis one. Tande Shendo Song Sonsia, the Gilhushe Songuati, Song Luke and the Song Goresana, Ranga Sendi, he did Tenju. So, remember is not in Sari Sarge, Charles Gagasha Kamateju. Tia Miller Agonia, Tonju Omari.
So, as I told you that not to reveal the secrecy of this teaching to anybody. So what I meant is, please don't share your notes you take with anybody. And these days are modern scientific inventions, and you are right in front. You can make copies of everything I say, and those you shouldn't let anybody listen to that.
Today, that's the Tejugona Jew Sudu, there's Karsazuton Shanale Jews, Maju Mother, Yaju Maju Shi and the Risha, Sanan Jane, ne Pangresam. June military and Malice or my Neshe Mugo Kesson.
So, that I was requested that if we will be allowed, or if you will be allowed to tape my teachings on videotape the teachings and so on, I didn't object that because I thought that I'm making an effort to teach, and should you forget in next couple of days will be a real loss. So I let it do that, but it's all up to you that you don't show it to others. Don't show it to others, and if you show, then I don't lose nothing, but you do. So how we actualize the Langali tree trunk, Langali trunk, and that I didn't go much in detail. That I thought I don't think anybody would like to do that. But if you choose to do it, you can ask anybody else or others that they will be able to teach you more about it.
Jagada be yun chumbe langala shi de jona ro yimanjo no togo be chawa she sonate titos nga toba yu ti kande ina sam langala shi de be yu de res che khaje kheyungi na ni nga twa yu de do de tenro ge shi de kheyungu do tenro se me chore me to cha joman rogu ti lushi ge zur ta gre te san joba jure Shin Kodun de did Langale Shin the Yeme Mission, Yeme on to Tone Shin, Putabuka Omare. Did Jonah Jagada Bayu the Tumba Goyos, Tabuga Lamanavasuki, Jagada Bayu the Jemanu, Shin the Kadiji on the Charles Sumanu, so that the body came with Jazumahi, which came with Guma Ingrava. There is Sonny, Jazu Shager and Lamango Tomba to Insa, which came Gumari Choji Tire. And the Temajuna. Togo be chawari shesu yo. Togo ba sayad karesan penjun nala doasi yoris. Medo shamu penthun na yen chigibe chikwan dekheti. Pende la tobu tobu juwa yinsu tene sun yoris. Chada togo ba me shamu penjan tundu kokhen na yen jana nire selalu tire. Telerin thuma mu yori. Pele tar turi tsegu mari. Riman davla ba shiraji yori sebuti. kamle yo shina sin la zogu chimbu che shamu do de na la lo chen be bombu yo de yo do do be shin de la longa le dumbu che ya ge ku na la ni bu yo ma re ku lo ma chi ma shu ja de ba ba ni shu de ba ba je an na lo ka ke ku tong yo ya yo ma re chen la ma na ba su ge do ba de la ya ko to ayo ma yo de do shi re na ayo na sang do longa le dumbu du ke me ba dumbu tho su chi ge yo ma re te men to go ba le to na ya na me yo ju ma re te ne pe sha na do je da pe sha na yo ba la ka she tu ju me ni be ji lo ya ti tri sha ba te ne yo re yo ina tu nga ali shin de ngo ya bu ji ma zin ba di gu ma re shin de ngo se ro che na ro ba che ya le so me nyam ba chang chang le nyam ba bung gu ju gu ru dong go re ya ha zi dong go re jo na.
So, this Langali tree trunk, which we were talking about, in the first place, we have quite a hard time to decide what really is that trunk, that tree, the Langali. And it is, in the text, it's not that clear, but most of our Tibetan early lamas, they suggested that if we could get the one which comes from India or Nepal, and that is the best, because we have such a trust, and they thought that anything which comes from those countries could be a little authentic. And so the tugu, it says that a kind of tree named tugu in Tibetan, which is said that is the Langali, and which is named after as Tendro in the medical text in Tibetan, herbs, among herbs, Tendro, which is vomitous, that it induces vomiting. And it has also the berries, which looks quite looks like a flea on the ship, the flea or the louse on the ship. That it looks like that kind of berry on top, and its seeds are vomitous, but it does not look right. But whatever that. It also says that a kind of tree named as Tua, and which looks like as if having a pensha, which is a cap which looked your palms down. And in that case, we do have those kind of plant a lot in Tibet, around Tibet, which has a leaf falling down like this. And in that case, but that does not have anything hollowness inside. If you peel off the outer skin, then it just goes and it disintegrates. It's one skin after another. There's no trunk inside. So since there's so few or hardly anybody who is doing this practice, so we haven't really found the right Langali tree as yet. But also, first we have to get that tree. Then we have to do at least 96,100,000 the mantra of this deity.
That is so Jadai Kabu. The Duba Jesan Silu Don the Jade Ranjan and the Gawai Sanduga, you go to you, Saber to Bele Jek, Kubat Sone, Tende Yusalishtan Rugus, Tendena la Kanume Juba Manguyus, Sabat Sunsala Shivun Rujume. So it's materials and all those works that it is really it is very tedious kind of, so very hard practice, because one thing, one has to be very decisive, that once after having done all those things, then one has to go chate, which means free from all the activities. One has to give up all one's early form of life, and then go away once all the accomplishments have been done, and looking for. And it is said that yoginis, they are mostly found around those who work with cottons or the pellet, the wool, or yarn, and so on, whereas there are not that many amongst those who does the Zamba business. 다 바디 전화 소용 마고베 레도 레라도 쳔나 다가 메마냐 솔라나 조람도 인세 포와 정의 있나 포에 담바디 야솔라니 야고 인세 지금 포에 담바디 동안에 조람 지스 라만 초반에 요당 센터 선자라면 포에 동안에 양다 제베 당하게 써야 돼 대나제 전디 상하게 포한데라 정주요 너버요 대인상 늘에 포에는 주셔봐들라 랑게 정와다 레라 저로 니레
So now as it's said that not having to go through the Bardo state and to be able to go to the culture land, for them the practice of the poor or the transference of consciousness is very powerful and helpful. And as you remember, there's quotes in the Lamchaba or others like the great practice of the poor transference of consciousness according with the great Sut, great Yana is the five power itself and so on. But here, this power, transference of consciousness is of the two type, Rangijangwa, now the two table content. That first is to train for oneself, and second, Lela Jarwa, to apply it with action.
다 포와 랑게 정세야 돼 단다 고네베 너버터 다베 남시야 보고 마고고 야 보고 정니 트르르베 가제누르 정 수어답 너버터 양 초마주 드네스제베 다마트고 봐도 정주리 정와든 혼주리 정소는 아니 마지제 또또 냐네데 자마도 다바치지요 말에.
So the table of content fell under two, right? The Rangijang, which means that Rangijang, that is to train by oneself, and second, applied with action, right? The first one, that is the now transferring one's consciousness up and down and doing those practices and maintaining that and doing the sessions and so on until one feels confident and also doing a frequent review of the same. That is how we personally train in that power.
다 레라 저와스리 시갈라칼라 다 시로제드든 우디체 우동주 매바제 나우 마셰 바루데 푸토네 포아르브리 레드 가랑스 사나 데말레나 다시 야자 메라주 타치 치대 그 청다 시주마 타치 손안에 자신 과연 매바제 기주제 포드 영의정제 나사르부 찰라 전부지 용도다 이머레서 아니 또또 포레주제 나사베 도바 존나 아니 두고 말해 다다고는 좋아다 시주임은 민소는 포하고
So the personal training, or we can say that is personal training. We have to do it beforehand and then keep reviewing on it every now and then. And then when one see the sign of death, then Chakshin, that without having any object behind to which one's mind could remain attached or they have a grip of one's mind fall on. So those we should try to give up and then apply to the action. That for instance, that the best kind of transference of consciousness one could actually apply is that one's external breathing has stopped and before the internal dissolution has started. At that moment, then if one could apply it, then that's the best transference of consciousness or the power. Otherwise,
주도시 대실에 되라보나 포자에 되면하나 서바오 소머레 시주 되라보 다 쳐서는 포자 초거래 시주 이마이마이바도 포자잖아 라라세바이나 사스 자동 중거래.
A quote from Tantra that if one is certain that one's death is close, then one could apply the transference of consciousness for oneself, and one could do it. Otherwise, that constitutes to a murder of a deity.
Rangso che rangshi je tu se kedam chun su che rang se ba yin o zen of ji ne te se ba go de rang le za dong ju song ba yo yin za shin de ya bu ji le ji de yo de nya wa de ru go de.
So, say for instance, that suicide and all those stabbing oneself or suicide and so on, that even though one could have been a good practitioner and so on until that time, but if one has committed a suicide, then that one has to committed a downfall, 13th downfall, then one's future does not look too good.
자동 주주가 나는 가르르스나 본부 산재가 다니 될라 니제 제바 있어 어디라 자동 제바들.
So amongst the 14 root downfalls, it is the 8th that is abusing one's aggregates.
되네 이자 치대 답을 캐보고.
Thus, one should be very skilled in observing the signs of the death.
다 치대 달로 될라 룽 그조로바.
So how one observes the signs of death are like the first lung.
룽 그조로바.
So reverse in the motion of the wind.
룽데 차 차제 가브나지 체지라 세하게 나고 예는도야 되요를 보야지 열 두서시. 대파 마포지 샤보 마무데나 싫어요.
So
레드딩 알아서 룽데 땡데메 가시 나고 상대자 하고 야 요즘 말에 대요샤슈 지게.
so
셰셰슈. 셰네 답을 지주 요슈다.
So the first one, the reverse motion of the motion of the wind, right? We said that there's a certain time when there's a shift in the motion of the wind between the right nostril to the left nostril and so on, if one is capable of watching that. But since our nostrils get blocked very often because of sinus and so on, right? So we just say it for the information as it is in text, but let's not observe it. Because we can't tell it for true or can't tell it for fact, sorry.
다 르다 세진 혼수 로고스 제어리. 논수 주주요. 시가 나가라 주주 가부치사 메강엔도. 셈르 주주 가사드는 들은 메가가 나와 차용연도. 르이네 지도 메사도서 내다 들 셴발로건도. 저람 주주 지어리. 대된데요 말이. 같이 주주 시야기 때장 인지 말이. 아니 멜랑게 한바도부터 땡엔도부터 세망게 버고 용주요리. 두서야 땡데라요 말이. 주부 시야기 니바요 말이.
So this it says that Luda Simi Nangsu Loba. So change in the appearance of the body and mind. Appearance of body and mind, but what it really meant is the change in the behavior of the mind and behavior of the body and so on. Like the things which you really liked a lot, you do not like. There's very sudden abrupt changes in your attitude and in your behavior and so on, but we can't depend that much on those signs either. They are not they're not that dependable kind of signs. And also they're seeing the ill omens or the bad streams and so on. So none of those are not really any dependable signs, but these are the few signs which does occur if one's death is close. Certain, especially the abrupt or the with sudden changes in the one's physical and mental behaviors.
Rāla jēng kē ōngā kē sīm mā jī barabā tīrē tō tō kānyā yōng chū yō rē tī līsī kē nāwā yō wā tō mēlāng yā barabā chōng nā tā dāwā yāng kā kōrīn rāba kā tō rāba tīrē tā chī tīrē nī chē wā lā yā wā yō rē
If there are sudden changes in one's physical and mental behavior without any apparent causes, so this is the condition, okay? Without any apparent causes, then as that could be a sign. So if that will make you to do involved in lots of the positive activities, that will be wise and helpful for you.
So
whereas the real dependable signs of the deaths are the first to observe the sounds of the Dagini, Khandu Da, or the sounds of Dagini. So, pluck your ear, and if you don't hear the sounds of the vibrating sound, would like this, the treble, you call it treble, vibrating, would buzzing sound, or more like buzzing, or a treble, I think I would say. Let's decide for treble, but it is questionable, okay? I'll try to remember the Tibetan. So, Uda, you write Uda, or the treble. Then, if you do not have it, then there's signs of being close to death. Treble, I think. We call treble, don't we? No?
High-pitched sound.
No. Huh? We'll discuss later. Okay. When you plug it real hard, you feel a sudden vibration, a vibrational sound inside. If you do not have it, then you are close. And second, watching the sunrise in the morning. So observing this sunset. So it says observing the sunset on the Mount Meru. This is the title given, So how you observe the sunset on the Mount Meru is pull your eyelashes down with your hand tight. And if you don't see that redness, then again that is one of the signs of the closeness to death. So also, or that you run to the at this sunrise from the horizon in the morning, run to a spot near a wall and watch that if you could see the reflection or the shadow of the vapors which rise from the crown of your head. And if there's no shadow of the vapor which goes from the top of your or crown of your head, that is sign. If all three of them occurs, so that if you close your eyes with your hands, and if there's that no round circle, of the redness round circle, if you don't have that vision, or that if you stand by a wall and seek the sun, and if there's no vapor on the crown of your head or steam on the crown of head, and the other one, all those three, if there's none of those three, then it is a sure sign.
다 되면에 기준고 돌다바 싱글라 셴베 메다바 샤르고 마무요레 다 수유샤.
So there are lots others than which we may not go in detail, which could only irritate your ears.
다 시다는 도는니 마시다 레누 살람사 저저 되는 정은 포함하지 말이. 마시베 더 시야들 레세는 신로지 치세는 쉬어지 순화세는 쉬어지 송요리.
So if you do see these signs, and then but don't hurry to do the transference of consciousness right away, but because that causes of death could be of any of these three. That causes of death because of the exhaustion of the karma, causes of death because of the exhaustion of the one's length of lifespan, and causes of death because of the exhaustion of the one's merit, their one's merits. So these are the three factors.
If
one's death is going to be because of the tsese, which means the running out of the lifespan, then one should try to do the tsedup, or the actualized longevity, or obtaining the long life initiations.
Suna sengede suna sa suna gari chichita genu mamu so de salachida pu soje pu shela pu kunje pu temene doloro shu pangda pu genu nyego sho de suna so chechiri.
So if one's death is close because of the running out of the accumulation of merit, or one's saving of the merits, then one should try to build up one's merit through the acts like the making good offerings to the Sangha community or the Supreme community, and through such a way of the proper meritorious deeds, one should try to build up one's merit.
Solo to sunasa de leseve nyabala sunas de solo do misoju imba ta chede misoya de luto na nguije so mugozo so sinje ine tidan charida ine nyada musin seke ine peshate so mugo ba chuna ba lyo tenebe solo mabuto.
And also try to save the lives, like for instance lives of whose lives are in danger, like they try to save the lives of human beings, or whose lives are really at the stake, try to save them, and try to buy the animals whose lives are in danger, and try to release them and free them and save their life, and like the fish, and like other animals, birds, and so on, that save them from their endangered life and give them a safety.
And
also involve yourself in the proper rituals of the various Dharma practices, that which will enable you. So which will enable you to build your life, and then again observe your signs.
And
if once that all three, that is the karma, lifespan, and merits, all three have run out, and there's nothing one could do to build up on them. Then there's nothing, if there's no remedy as such available.
Then there were poor gonna put the Rimla Suba Mapo, going to push also. Rimnerebuta Natsatabu Majun, going and Namshi de push already. Marazal Novachimu Mekela, Long Jigo Longdo, Longla Nova Matoza, Pokayo. In a jungle, that do for Yagi, Yamajila Sakashi, Kashi by Devni, and Nazapo, Naza Kore Shiata, Leggy Onga, Long dip, Savelongene, so Puyo, Mi Bajan, Puyani, Nandu Jane, and the Pundus Lelhawi.
So it says that before the onset of the acute pain, if one could transfer one's consciousness, will be helpful. But so if one could really the time with the calm departure of the wind carrier from that spot and the one's act of the transference of consciousness, which one applies, if one could meet them together, then that's the best way of doing it.
Devotamu Jalam Sampoa Javataga Nashipu Nishiju de Kabore, Kaya Garin is in Legi on Long the Manduva Gomola, Longla Nova Mato as a Kabore Dine, and Nasaduba Majuna, then the Lejuja Poa and the Mibaja Pogore, Pogi Pogichi Dani, when they try negative lay you do, Koni Dani, Pull Habu yourself.
That it is hard for a person to transfer one's consciousness with action. It is not that easy, but keep transferring, and when it meets with the right moment of the actual departure to the karma, then synchronize or being right merged with it, then it gets easy to transfer.
The poor Oma said, Guja God, Guji is Guja God, Guji somewhere Pugani push or
It says, close the 8 doors and open the one, and through the opening of the Brahma aperture, then transfer, it says.
The Guja Gaya, the Kaguya Gares, she did not she turn to such your door, the Gujer. She did not she the Shanlan matern to go in Yavan.
So, as it says that the 8 doors which we need to close are for instance, 8 doors from where the consciousness would leave, and for instance, if that leaves through the anus, then one goes to the hell.
Now she chulam turned on and to religion.
Or through the water passage, then to the
turned on the Hiral Jirugori.
Animal. If it passes out through the mouth, then the predator. If through the nostril, then the nujin or the yaksha.
I'm just turned on and it trouble Halichigor.
So, if one passes out or departs from the ears, then it says tupela, the heart of the 6th, which are some kind of one of these particular god.
Now she mean the turn to son and Melichigor.
If the consciousness leaves from the eyes, then in the human world.
Now she didn't turn in the Hangul Halichigor.
If leaves from the navel, then in the amongst the devas of the Dukam or the desire realm.
Now she Sambu in turns on the Zuzu Major Halichigor. 전부 런이 시고다. 할래 러들 미래.
So crown of head, so it's crown of head, then it goes to the deva of the form realm and formless realm.
전부들라 카페치오가 초말을 쓰기요. 니네야사 소식을 상들라 춘주고를 루바 마샤게 라부지요. 대나를 제나네 주수는 사지레 송고요. 내매 미신. 나라 수나시 포화지어서든데 지주자 고무였어든데 보고래. 대나래 포수는 가지고 시간 지그래다.
So now the Sangbu crown head here we have two. The one is which we call the Brahma crown head. That is the about 8 fingers breadth from your line of hair lines, and whereas one which is 4 fingers breadth from your crown head. That is the way we see a little flimsy bone for a young one, right? For little ones. That is the part which we meant earlier. That transfer, if one's consciousness transfers from that spot or crown head, then one takes birth in the deva of the desire form realm.
다 나시 정부네 네 정배부가 지주네 부토버되게 보아되요나 전토스 상자의 명화되고 보아되리 내리 장지 수어버다 참매만이 제바당 시소송야 내리 장지 수어버 참매만이 제바도서 네바 마무지마 jo네 두수 강가르베 전토스 상자의 명화이 네바 제바의 제자버리 네베 리보 마메 공포 예네 쇼송을 상제되고리 안 계속하라고 그랬어요.
So the one who could transfer from the crown of the head, the Brahma, that the Brahma aperture, we may say, that if one could transfer from there, then that's the way the transfers of consciousness towards enlightenment. That it here counts the account of the lots of the negativities, like the one who would kill the several Brahmas a day and so on, all kinds of negativities. But that if one could do the transference of consciousness, then that he went large from the crown of head, and then.
다 고제 가로 그네에서는 고제 나 자오만 나올로마 그 네스가 고래서는 가시게 수수수 대가라 얘기고문이 근데 제야로 셰바 mam부요래.
So now as it says here, close the 8 doors and open one, right? And transfer. So how we close the 8 doors, in some it says have the syllable letters blocking every one of them.
당아라즈 고제 가야 돼. 만주로 수제는 네가 미세요 말이. 자오마라 나 라동고 쇼로 봐나지. 내 바자지. 전부지. 만파를 타르네. 대외 어디지 봐도 상동거리.
So now we do not have any of such mention that to use syllable letter or anything. But what you visualize is the central sushma, which almost looks like a long trumpet in a upright position. The big opening on the corner head and the small one just a little below the navel.
다 대외 원래 코라 치기 가는데 티마 이공 매버지 코라랑 티게 가샤버지.
But no opening at the bottom of the sushma. No opening at the bottom. It's just there's no opening at the bottom.
대니 예체 전도 주는 세마다 버지. 자 오마 코라를 배 이공도 뭐 전도로 많이 매봐. 배 라동구 수르야 또즈베 봉루로 내더니 지주도 배 보자 틀리 전에 전노 같이 얼버지 살도나 고제 가버티 된리노.
And the no opening on the bottom, and then as it goes up, it gets broader, right? It gets broader, and then at the top or crown of one's head, then there's fairly a big opening on the crown head. So that takes care of the blocking the 8 openings.
ta ali po en ruton dire ta po lo gure de yo yu she jur gu po che na ni chiwai ta pichan da me da to yore ta po de la ya dingjo da na ju ma song ri gu po yore na ju ma chang chang gu po yore ya de jing gu po yore yo chun jing gu po yore jizu de me po yore
So,
ta pichan le ta gi na po ya shu ka ju po da jizu de me po ni yi gre
so now as we have to teach the power practice here, it has of so many different kinds, right? That power of the Yevim Shejo, that's the male and female deity in our union, or the combined power of the Father Hiruga and Vajrayogini, or the exclusive power practice of the Vajrayogini, or the power practice of the Devajan or the Sukhavati Pure Land, or the power practice of the Tushita Pure Land, or the power practice of the Tara, or the power practice of the Kajit, and so on. So there are several power practices.
가르치는 것도 가지면 가지면라 먼저 정해야 되래 가지면 보아들라 네 가지면 배우는 여대가 배샤 버기라 그래 네 뭐고들레는 배샤라 그래 대야 시야나 좀 가르쳐 배샤라면 개념에도 쇼다는 담에도 말아서 그 루스디 시야나 좀 그런서 정토는 배샤터 대초 지초 말아서디 샤즈게 다선 포토무 뭐뭐 지어래 딜루제셰
So,
가좀 보래 게마 조쇼 고마질라 셰지네 데네마 총어래 데네마 주바니보래 데마 치네 초가 디켄데 소주를 무시다 소백이 시신이 사유다 지게 셔구신의 소주를 무시게 뒤로 나 쉬어래데 쉬니 다 사다로를 집어넣어 저건 너무 되네 소바 지금 마 농다 치 좋네 영기요래 알아서 되죠요래 달로 사다는 사다바도 루주주레지 라무도 차 라우린 어디서 주레지 다 라무도 차 고바존을 로 송주를 차잖아 로자마선 지공을 선체래 니주지래 다 뒤로 수제 정기 인하네 배전 넘어야 야고요데 넘어래 순대 배치 이 쿠고 순대 야고요 르리 쳐지요 대정기 있는 게 배셔되네 좀 내가 단대 제주 매고야 가르에서는 배셔되 제목이 개요 다보면도 나 뭐고도 되되 뭐고도는 바사인지 되되 다질일 되게 스레메 기시지게 포화되고 예선이 약해는 그 제가 지금 어째 버렸다 제가 지금 그 집은 어디가 맞대 사모디 가자는데 대행에 여머리 내 그래디 대장아디 야 주주 마중 멜로도 주주도 중디 주주 마중 대지샤는 냐네 대전에 야본도
So, now amongst all these power practice, now let's discuss that what would you like best, and maybe the culture that is best. But here, now text-wise, that we need a text here, and I think I'll teach you with these. We have a very exclusive, which we do a lot in the Shatsu monastery, that which about 100 years ago, and which was put together in the woods by requested by one of the Hodu and Dishi, that he requested for it during the year of the earth and tiger to the Lama who first received that, and it is Niju, which means close lineage or Niju, and I can find the text for you. I do not have it here. I have a handwritten print, just copied, and it is not very correct. Not there are lots of spelling mistakes. That's what I meant. And once I get back in Mongkut, I can send you the copies over, from which you can copy. And as I can remember everything real well, and then you can also have the text for yourself once you receive it from the Mongkut. The reason that I had the original copy, which was borrowed by one of the Gishi from Serme, and he took the note from it, and then he gave me the which he copied, and he kept the original for himself somehow. And so I have only the prints which he copied, and they are not so. There's few spelling mistakes, and I'll send you we do have the copies, and I'll send it over. And in that text, the most wonderful part is Sundip 2 that is very, very effective, Ikubu, which means that which is very effective and very inspiring, requesting lines, and I'll send you copies. And I think this time our teachings on the Powa will be accordance with that. I'll give you orally and send the copies later once I'm back in Mongkut.
Öba megi Powa di san Powa jokhe lani rupu chigre. Dali tere maji kajun Powa ndoma dunya kore yo ma di ngema chigisha. Chosan tongbe. Yatsu Powa di yani tuisha. Jisu doji nanju mala tenpe poya damba nyaso lembala dambu rangla jungwa da lela jungwa da rangla jungwa da lela juwa ni che.
Now, in order to maintain the practice of the
Powa, kanga le mugu. Ngetsi kuna yijung tense le gure. Powa de nyale che wala ali rangla jungwa ani le ju ni che ni res.
So, in order to do the practice of the Powa with the consolidated or with the Vajrayogini, now that falls under two steps. The first is the personal training around the Jongwa, and then they apply it to the action.
Dangan doman doya di don chuchu jinge danda jeyo mare. Jeyo ne pale nge de cheka yo de rayong de. Ali ma jeyo nge chichen ji kishilawa trini tegri chono keju tishuris.
The prayer I have, now I haven't forgotten. I'll try to dictate it to Venerable Geshe-la, and he will take note of it and pass the copies for you, and more so that I'll send you the copies back from Mongkut.
Jandu tsemeshi guma kondu tan tsoshi ngoji ni rangi jiwo ta nanju ma se ta gure nanyu ma se ta lu te la juden pe ma ta tu sen ji je ta guma re nanju me ta rang thame ba che lu ta ga rang je nanju me shew chi thaba ye yin le ja ba sang tong de yo re shew yong ba thaba ye le ja ye ba de ja de re sang tong yang ne shew ye gong yong jang chen ne ri yo pe sha ko ran ye diraba yuan chang ye gong do se ne kardab ze de ke nanju me kutri chi chaye du ji du na khal cha de ba chaye thoba thura thogan ze de ba chi se dab ne ndi ore nanju ma do se dab ne ndi ore che yo ma re.
So now you can they're taking the refuge and generation of the Bodhisattva and the four immeasurables. Now you can either have the Vajrayogini standing on her regular position on your two shoulders, or that left leg stretched and right pulled in on your shoulder and holding the skull cup in the left hand and right hand with the
ye gong yong jang cha ye zhigu na khal cha wa yong thogan ze ba chen ndi ge.
So holding the skull cup in a hand at the level of heart, and the right hand holding a curved knife is raised in the space at the level of about your shoulder joints. So, or the regular position, standing on your two shoulders. And yourself in a normal form, and that you have to visualize as your inseparable or the of one nature with your root guru.
Doji nenju ma zawe lama tanyi sumi me doji nenju ma kudo ma bu shiji cha ni ye doji zhigu na khala chashi yin toba toga chaga kongwa togan zaba nga jen togaran zaba jimu rubi jen jen toga nga yu jen to tolo nga toga nga ju doji jen chomo kona karanga naba sha ye gong shen yin jen ba katab ji shu ba de ji oman de ba toga honga samba jo toga honga wazi zhu daba kaji yin ne goma dara jizan ma sanje dan shi so now, try
to visualize that all the wisdom beings invoked and absorbed or emerged into the Vajrayogini. If you have the choba or the offerings arranged on the altar, then you can bless them. If you do not, then you need not make the blessed offerings. So now this prayer which I just now said, you have to repeat that 3 times. So for personal training, right? Now that actual application happens later, but training. Now, here we make a request to the root guru that maybe become well trained in my power practice. That we make a request for that.
Lama Kondi Chizan and Yomasovan, the Sodaji Chinjala Salam Puanjo, Chinjala Yalan Kajuba, Chinjala Nashi Togan, the Mazadu Yedam Kondi Chizan and Yomasa, so on the Sodaji Chinjala Salam Puanjo, Chinjala Yalan Kajuba, Chinjala Nashi Togan, the Mazadu Sanjay Kondi Chizan and Yomasovan, the Sodaji Salam Puanjo, Chinjala Yalan Kajuba, Nashi Togan, the Mazadu Tamshu Kondi Chizan and Yomasovan, the Sodaji Chinjala Jaka. Kanu Kondi Genu Kondi Junior Masawandas, Kanu Kondi Junior Masawandas, Chuju Kondi Junior Masawandas, Kondi Chicho, River Japanese Junior Masawandas, Dajil, Sawandas, Dajil, Jania Kondi Junior Masawandas, Dajil, Masawandas, Dajil, Salam Point, Salam Point, Jumper Chilan, Kaji Duvajil, Nashi Tokandam, Mazato, Sunday, Tachi. 다시는 자세다 거 자대랑게 의류 자다다들 자오마 베라동고 쇼도버 야야야 봉루 제네 베내 카타 자탈이 동자면 마파로 차르 대외 어딘 가디요 버지 성통스.
Now this is the requesting lines which I just said, and next is you have to visualize the central sushma, that which becomes broader as it goes further up, and the crown of head, there's fairly a big side opening at the bottom, which is low as at the level of your navel, and which is blocked, and there's no opening in the bottom.
대 송정치라니 대워 세야데 대워디 닝갈럭스레스 닝가디 예매기 지인자 지를 대워 세야게 미지 도구요레 대인자 산 대워랑 살로동고 말에 닝갈라나시 살로동 푸는 리그레소 라면 송정이 스티슈데.
It said that navel, as it navel in Tibetan meant the center. So in one way of transmitting teaching, they said that center here does not mean the navel, but center here at the center of one's heart. So thus one could visualize that sushma at the level of one's heart, from where one's consciousness moves up.
랑글리도 고동 배 초마 포답 잡아서 첼로 류임발 나로 코바 뚱바체 대나라 자데세도 되고요레스.
Visualize your body that hollow, right? Hollow, just hollow inside. That just like if you blow a outer skin of a young one, when a young one is born to a young one of a sheep-like bone, and the skin which covers it, right? If you blow it up, that kind of hollowness, so just hollow inside.
인가 가도 자오면 나로데라 룽기 징그루 공부 배야 파른 조조야 룽이자야 파 조조요레 영부지게 고고 때문에 제가 지성동으로서.
So at the very center of at the heart level of your heart, then being the wind mandala, extremely light, very light, and which would easily bounce up that size of about a small grain or the bean, so small bean.
다 뒤가라 랑게 셈 텔레카르보 배 영부 신배 나신지기야 주주지 제마츠지 롱기 중고 토리요 야파르 추추 푸르 추추야자네 야파 추추지 살동거리스 parlake.
So right above that small bean size wind, then visualize your own mind or consciousness, this very minute ball, like a cotton ball, very minute, on the right on top, that's so light and bounce that which would that come up very easily.
야인데 오마 카침보 요사데다 예갈라마 nenjomage bangajibe khadu khebaji gores.
The top opening of the one sushma, and that opening and the banga or the secret organ of the Lama Neljoma, one's Guru Neljoma, they should be on the right, straight, they should be at the straight, they should be straight, in a straight line, yeah, straight alignment.
Yana, Najib Shevi, Yayani, Tabani Lejana, Bangada, Nashini Be Halan Katu Yung and the Chagar was Tambuda, Bangani Bet, Pechi to Yung and which Kadu Kegar was, this is a Gondi Chogris.
Or that as she leaves her legs on your shoulder, and then that you can choose to even almost touching the secret organ of the Venerable Naljoma, and very close to each other, those two openings, secret organ of the Naljoma and your crown aperture.
That is said that nobody Bekasha Shag to the Sea Seven Yard, Sea Jade, to one don't shut it. Don't do some don't die orders and don't go solution.
Now I'll be reciting the prayers, and as the prayer goes, that your thought should go along with it, and it is very clear in the prayer lines of the prayer itself. We'll be reciting the prayers now.
Ralu Tame Troma Puda Dara Donsang Dangse Uso Za Uma Danyo Za Uma Rinji Danyo Za Uma Deo Rinji Jibun Deo Soro Jine Rinji Jibun Yanda Tsangbu Da Lame Banga Kanda Chedo Ne Ni Yu Rang Seme Teli Kama Zu Parishin Pola Se Tsiri Parishin Pola Kebara Chururu Keba Desi or Oda Deja Juri Deja. That's Sanlo Don Golong Ju, Bangani Shini Shijure. Ta Mambana Shini Shindu Duzan, Rango Mari, Kabandu in the leg tenure. Then is that other Rala Rango Yudi, Lamet Hogalaji, Nujagina, Tadab Kajushan Ligre. Then in Zangabe Nyanshi Cindy Lulonjokala, Mashaba, Lamet Hogala Pu, some never done somebody with Chagores.
So now this time you have to correct your motivation. Correct your motivation, that a strong urge that I have to face the death and I have no control over it, and that at this moment, as I do have that within my control, and so at this moment, if I could merge my mind at the center of the heart, Lametuka, center of the heart of the Guru, and such a strong urge to get to the center of the heart of the Guru, or the center of the heart of Guru, before I will be out or get out of my own control and chased around by the karma.
Susubashin Pola Kebati, Kari is a Larni is a Saldor, Kari Dan and Yodo Ching Ishi, Nije Leging and Jirung and Rutsur, Longset Job and Goja near Kawe, Tadarala Rama Yebe too. Sidi Nish, Kaza, Nelu Sidi Nelu Longju Sindi Lutella, Macha Jabson Jonia Kundu Lamale, Togar Pu and the Mashu Jabus. Lama Gondus said, Sunday in this under Jimura. Shoot, Lama Gondula, Jizan Najuma, so on the Sudaji, Salampo, Jobachi, Yanakaji Jobachi, Najiro, Novazia, Sunday Tomata, Timazova. That you will Sunday Chabrachi or Tatong, Sasun de Yashi.
So now trying to get to join with the when it is within my own control to join at the heart of the Guru, and then that a strong request to be able to do this profound practice. Now there's a special prayer which is on the third, when we finish a couple of verses of the regular prayer and the sincere request, and then there's a few lines of the very special prayer.
Tu son de che kon jing wo ni to son ni je so mun jin be me na son do me so le jue zhuo jia son kon de la ma la be la shu zha dang wei yi ji su wan de cin de lu yu tong er jin ji le na ji do me xie er jin ji le ba de mian zhi ba na ji do me xie er jin ji le把对你里主要起起了，按照养生起来这都是，新学开学那是长都是，日三线那么都投机中。对，养特别几个人呢，新学开学那是这都是，这那三届上了下都是，日三线都没都投机中，这了为个，他搞的那顺带查送的，这查送的那些朋友的讲了，让别那些的书，天里的书吧，这些，天里这个的呢，他就上边。자노 나 짜텔리 제 되게 라메 투게 방가 라메 방가 마상상 제 되나리아 다들단로 라메 베 코나리아 투게 방이 데베 리데베 소르부치 베다텔 로고 섬베 노도도 고레스 쇼야.
So after having said that special prayer, the uncommon special prayer, then you look up. That when you look up through your openings and right through the through the secret organ or of the guru, then you see even the so clear inside the sushma, so clear through that you can almost see the syllable of the palm, or you can see the transparent syllable of the palm at the center of the heart of the guru, and you should have a strong urge to go and join it.
나시딘 룰리통 델첸 팽구마레 랑신 텔리드라 슈바 텔리드라 랑 임바 로 제고레스 어다데 내가레스로.
So now that drop or the thickly, please, that drop or this ball or the thickly, that ball, that one should concentrate. Their power of concentration should be such that one should be within it. That it shouldn't be like the spectator and what is looked upon. It will never work. That one's concentration, one should be within or inside it. Now, first feature, that the little ball is being extremely light and bouncy. And second, that it could be easily lifted or raised up by the wind, which is right below it. Second, one has a very strong urge or willingness to move up. Third, that generation or the delegation of the light having shape of a hook extended from the heart of the guru and coming down and meeting that ball, and those three, by the force of these three combined, then one has to transfer from there and up.
The
elephant's trunk has one pinnacle. So that little pinnacle or the tip of the elephant can hold anything he wants. So the light in the form of the jakju or the hook sent forth or sent down by the gurus and from the heart of the guru has four hooks which would bind or hold. And it holds that tigli or that create that circle or that ball, and plus that little wind which pushes it up, and plus the strong urge by the oneself to join, or willingness to a strong urge to join the guru, and extension of that hook light and the push by the wind, all three combined, then one has to move up to the heart of the guru. The mantra with which one goes up is the he. Please listen carefully. These letters, they come from the throat, between the palate and at the throat. And these come from the tip of the tongue and the palate. And these letters, they come from the tip of the tongue and the teeth, these letters. So these letters come, each and every syllable has their own original sound, right? And ha and ah, they come from the depths of one's stomach, more or less. Ha, it comes from the kokwa or stomach, from the very stomach of oneself. And ah comes from the very throat, from the depths of throat.
Oh yeah.
He. So hic, with this sound, then that it comes along with that sound, then it moves up. So as you heard the mantra that last, and you, as if you apply it with wind, then you also close the, you also draw the wind from the lower part of your body, wind from the bottom, you draw it. So the first it comes down the light of the great bliss from the heart of the guru in shape of a chakyu or the hook. It comes way down to the sandal sushma and down. And it grabs or it hooks on the one's mind in the shape of a ball. And it says the forceful draw of the wind from the bottom. Though it says forceful draw, but during our practice that we do the very soft, tender draw of the wind from the bottom. Tender draw. So it is analogized, just like then that hook when it is held, holding one's mind, then draw the wind from the lower, which is like a bow, and shot by the arrow of the syllable letter hik, and then it moves up. That mind moves up.
Tenia chur chen rembache. Tenia sambe gulia tone. Mesamle toside. Tenia tone la remba ta sambe gulia tone, sambe gu jizu ta gulia tone la me banga la tukche. Sansa. Pan sansa yan zuni be toga bangi le tukche. Pechiri manju bache. Banga la tukche. Ani ka semapo yan de wade. Yan hi
So, please, this is the round we repeat, that sometimes you raise your mind up to your neck, times up to your crown of your head, times almost touching the secret organ of the Guru, and sometimes almost touching the syllable of the palm, and then also along synchronized with the sound hik, and then with ka, then again you bring that ball back into the original spot, and this circle you repeat.
Ka sidana shide ma chur ma yone des yongore. Ka sia de karese na. Zebaru bujilla doru buji shuo ina. Pigita spogre. Ama sa yongore. Dezuru 코피기 테베 다기 선도 인죠 나시데 라메 토강 방강 토가 방일 테베 베 코레 랑자이메 선도 이스 안나가 스마살레 오네 데레요 근데 사두제 니즈자지 미바야고 제 양도도 랑싱 든루베 랑싱 코베나니야 누구요 랑게 심콜레 슈바다체 룽기 짜바다체 히기 퐁와다체 오롱텐데 너바지 라메 자주고 정바지 하루 버제 강게 너바도 동네 churchani yagandu ya mahapayo yandu ti jangne nishidaji ze jansadu yang tawal tong shegundu na alitosha yang sunde de tusun di shi kwachi ngunye sa ta nyambu tenji yore odi ta de la gure yang ta nyambu shivchi yore di chunzu shime mi shen
So
shingu iwe
so here that you So now with those 3 or 5, right? By the extension of the light, having the shape of the hooks, it coming down and holding one's mind, which is like a small ball with which one sits, and that mind having strong urge to go. Second. Third, the push offered by the wind carrier just below. And fourth, that the ball like they draw the wind from the lower part of the body. And fifth, with the help of the arrow of the syllable the hik, which one speaks. And then the mind moves right up and up to the all either the secret organ or even up to the heart of the Guru, and then with the syllable the ka, which you speak out, then again you bring your mind back to the original spot, ka. So ka is more like sound of having hit the spot you intend to reach. Like if you hit or pelt a stone against the wall, it gives a sound that it has touched the target. In the same way, the ka is supposed to be the sound of the target hit by the mind. Then every time you say the hik, and then again when it reached the point where you want it, then you say the ka and bring the consciousness back and repeat it up to about 21 times. And so it is all a combined effort of all those five. That again, extension of the hook, the mind's urge, pushed by the wind, and further pushed by the wind, you drop the button and the syllable hic, okay? So that you repeat, and also prayer. Then you are repeating it for about 21 times and so on, training yourself, or about 21 times rounds. Then you can say the prayers. It has a beautiful melody which goes with it, and which Jishla promised will teach you, and which he thought that that chanting you will learn very well, and it's very helpful, and I'm sure you will all learn it very well, that chanting of the prayer. Now you have lots of chantings to learn.
The poor singing the Shita, John the Cito, Chilin series. Today is a poor John do Chiru Richewood. Chiru Yamba Kegoma, young, Tiku Tendu, Lamakeji to the Citai. Toganda, the Shitan Country, Good the Chimney, the Jumbo, Chimney, Chimney, to Toba Jurus and Sismutanda. Lama, Najoma, but Sava Melchur. Togan Country, this Jumbo, Rangijo, and Shuluji, not that Chimney say the Zig on the Sing to Toba, me by Sismutanda. And the season the Sasson, Lama Holmatim, Joe cut to Doji Jarang, Kabi, me by John Don.
So now this is how we train, and during our power practice, the training of the power, that we always try to do the practice of the longevity, and that itself is also very included in that same text. That same text, there's a separate line right after that where we do the longevity practices, and you can say Sesung, the mantra for the longevity. And that is a mantra for the longevity, that in that case the Guru transforms into the so Guru transforms into the
That Najuma Batsavame. So Chidu Jeju, Subunke, Subun Alba Jumbo in Rire, Togadma Bodin Rire, Siruchi, Yata Sebisha Moguti.
So Guru transforms back into Amitayus, and holding the longevity vase, and you say the mantra of longevity, and then the receiving the nectar from either from the vase or from the Guru, and filling one's body, entire body with the, and increasing one's longevity. And when you're through with your practice, then you close up crown aperture with a Doji Jatam or the cross vajra or the crown of your head, and with that you conclude the session.
The region, Sotin Kasha Kachi degree, Nimarilla Tun Sun, the Chicken degree, Shavukasha Kashi, Tayani, Da Matu about Da de la, this degree. Yangasha, you won't do Kayor, Zad Kushatsu du Sudeke. You won't do by legend Sava de Hagari. Chusen Zavachiori, the Abushra in Seri, Zhang Yujiori, the Yavure. That the Regon Latini, Majez Jani, you should. That Juma Legion, that Shikalakalian for the Santa John Jury. Leisure on the New York. That mission of the military Yawachona.
So,
General mission of Jedal Yawuri.
So now this you can practice about the 21 rounds or 7 rounds and so on. And now you should try to train yourself until you can see a certain sign of having being trained. So for instance, there are times you could even see there's an opening, that there could be an opening on the crown of your head, and should you just put a kusha grass, it could even stand because of the opening. And sometimes you feel real itchy on the crown of head, you really feel itchy. Or sometimes there's a discharge of the fluid around there. So they say that, or swelling, that itchy is much better than the having an opening, actual opening, they say that. if it itches at there, that's much better than having actual opening. And so now this is all about the personal training of the power, and the actual application is of two kinds: the personal application on the oneself and application for the sake of others, that's doing such rights for the others.
토가라베 나시디케 다바카초네 페르야 미바치주레 모두제가요 너머도주도 당에도 좀 지제 기실라 지제 주야 다들 지준인자 수수정야 등에서 다시 셔셔 들들하버세요 말이 다 이제 보여야 되는 자그래 디센도 그래 다 더군다 가지 지위 다은냐 순이 차다시에 되지면도 주도갈래가
So
나를 두세 돌아라는 거 저도시
the training of the performance of the such a poor practice on others is only just matter of subject, right? That you, instead of yourself, you just do it on the other dead body and so on, and visualization of the same in the form of the deity, and then invoke the consciousness back, and then what you do is that with Hik, instead of bringing the consciousness back, you just try to send it just to, and try to think that it has gone oneness with the mind of the Vajrayogini. Now, the main thing for your personal training, that's the training, the visualization and so on, I've explained real clearly, and more about the text, that things you require to refer to prayer and all other those texts and so on, that I will send later to the Yeshla, and from whom you can obtain. So otherwise I do not have much time, and I do not have much time to waste, because I have quite a few other things to do. So there's talk by the Uncle Temple where it says,
Dagi jinye sabe gewadi chabarji zolo san yembe nimbo rido seji Shama Adu Nesan Remejo, Kaja Game, Jason Zimmer, Udan Jundru Rasin Baye, Nodella Net Sambe Gurju, Jason Dedon Todan Sewa, Dagelam Jekeji Drugger, Nage Pamozunze Trishin, Choge Dodri Shube Kag, Sambe Done, Telam Yiso, Taton Bao Chujin Rush, Yunga Long Tell, Tiji Maybe.